Why is it making this noise? Hello, everybody, and welcome to Dropkick, the Commute, for the SummerSlam reaction episode.
Galeer! I'm feeling emotional, you know why?
Because you surprised me.
Oh, well, that, too. Yeah, talk about that.
And you love me
and
so
I'll tell
much,
you what.
and you're my friend, and you love me so much.
Yeah, I've been selling it. I've been like, no, I can't come up for SummerSlam. I can't. And then I went up.
Yeah, and then you went up behind my back. Anna was like, oh, I'm driving like 30 minutes to go buy a table from someone off Facebook. And here I am telling everybody, like, everyone's coming to the SummerSlam party. They're like, oh, where's Anna? I was like, oh, she's going to buy like a table for our plants. And then she goes, can you come out here? I need help with it. And so I go out there. She's parked away from the building. And she goes, it's in the trunk. And I was like, well, yeah, the trunk is open, so I would assume. And so I turn around, and this fucking guy is sitting in the hatchback of the car, and he goes, hey, what's up? And then my jaw literally dropped.
It was so funny. It was like a good 20 seconds. You were just staring at me with your jaw open.
I got worked.
It was fire. I worked you hard. But you know what? The best things in wrestling are often a surprise. So, you know what? Why not surprise you?
Exactly. And, you know, we had a grand time. And it was very us in 2022 coded with or it was very Megan Vile in 2022 coded. You came and then you left the very next morning.
It's true. Dude.
You literally came to watch SummerSlam at my house.
But anyway, yeah, that happened.
And you're literally coming this week, too. You're coming back.
I am. The SummerSlam travel trip was very last minute. I was just like, as a meme, I was just like, hey, what if I fly up for SummerSlam?
I'm not even going to lie to you, and I hope this doesn't hurt your feelings. But when I came back in and I was like, look who showed up, I'm pretty sure no one in that room knew who you were.
I think only Jerry did.
Maybe Jerry, but he more so knows you by your name.
Yeah.
I don't even know if he knew what you looked like, to be honest.
Yeah.
But I think he picked up kind of quickly.
It was goofy. But yeah, that was pretty fire. It was a good time. SummerSlam was good. But I was going to say, which will segue into SummerSlam, I was going to say, I'm emotional because I just watched the Damian Priest documentary.
Oh, was it? Did it make you cry?
No, it wasn't going to make me cry. It was just like, damn, he did deserve it. And it was fire.
Yeah,
it was very good. He did.
And I really thought that because of the documentary, I thought he was going to win.
Yeah, I thought so too. But it's good that we have the documentary because people that were feeling iffy about it, if they watch the doc, I feel like they're going to be like, damn, he should have won.
Yeah, I fucking hope so.
SummerSlam as a whole, you felt a little underwhelmed, if I may. I believe you said that.
I didn't hate the pay-per-view. I had a great time watching it with my friends, and there were a lot of people there too that haven't watched in like decades. It was a very fun time and like a very exciting time. I think in the moment I was very in it, but then afterwards, like, I reflected on it. I was like, you know, it was a good show. But I definitely think, you know, all right, you're gonna hate me for this.
Say it.
But I saw a quote from Dave Meltzer from Wrestling Observer Radio.
Yeah, I know the quote you're gonna say, and I hate it.
Wait, you hate it?
Yeah.
Okay, all right, that's fair.
This was a work show. It was nothing.
It's an angle show, and like
angle show.
It was not. I will disagree in the sense that it was not a total angle show, but there were a lot of angles. There was an angle to almost every match.
Right.
You know, we can obviously hop into it. While this was a wrestling match, it was also had an angle element to it. I saw someone else also say, like, someone I follow on Twitter was like, oh, do you think this SummerSlam card would have been a good WrestleMania card? And I was just kind of like,
absolutely not.
Absolutely not. Just because, one, there was like way too much interference, and like, I definitely think some of the matches are like WrestleMania caliber, but like, I feel like the implications and like where we're at in the storylines just weren't very WrestleMania.
Yeah. The only things that I was underwhelmed by was Drew and Punk and Nia and Bailey. And I think I was only underwhelmed by the Nia and Bailey match because, like, we kind of knew Nia was going to win. And I was just like, whatever, you know? Like, I'm not saying I didn't want her to win. I think I did want her to win because Bailey's run has just been, you know, it was booked like shit. And I'm excited to see what happens with Nia. I hope Bailey is not just like shoved aside now. You know, like I don't want her to not appear. I'm hoping that she can actually like have some good stories moving forward. But yeah, I would say those are really the only two things I was a little underwhelmed by.
Yeah. I don't think Bailey will get shoved aside. I could see her like doing some women's tag stuff with Naomi.
That'd be cool.
You know, keep her relevant.
Yeah.
I don't think it's possible to really keep Bailey irrelevant. She's never been irrelevant.
Yeah.
Even though her title reign was ass.
Yeah.
But I think for me on the show, the underwhelming points for me were, like you said, Punk and Drew.
Yep.
I think Sami and Bron was a tough one too, but again, we can dive deeper into that. And I'm gonna be honest with you, Cody and Solo did not do it for me.
Like at all?
Not at all, but again, we can like dive deeper and talk about it as we go match by match.
Yeah,
that's kind of like.
Let's hop into what we started with here, and it was Damian and Gunther. Again, I thought a very solid match. Damian chopped Gunther so hard he fucking made his chest bleed from one chop, dude, and I was like, oh.
This was no like. He wasn't blading. He wasn't like that straight up. Like he was already his chest was already like blown up from his match with Finn.
Yeah. And we saw this with fucking Gunther and Sheamus. Like they beat the shit out of each other, but it took a while till their chests were like, oh my god, like at Clash at the Castle when that happened. But this, it was like, you know, he was getting him, and then just that one chop opened him up, and I was like, holy fuck.
Yeah, and then it kind of like the blood stopped flowing, and then he opened it back up again.
Yeah.
Later in the match, and this was a really solid match. And if you didn't think Damian Priest was a good wrestler, I hope this match changed your mind because he is a very good wrestler.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, we've lost. Damian Priest has lost a lot from this match. Not only the World Heavyweight Championship, but he lost a friend too.
He did. Finn Balor came out and he was like, hey man, I'm here to help you. I'm going to help you. And Damian did the South of Heaven, pushed Gunther, went to cover him, and then Finn took Gunther's foot and put it on the rope.
Which I thought was funny too because when he rolled him up for the pin, he like pushed him towards the ropes, and we were all like, what the fuck is he doing? And then that happened, and we were like, oh, okay.
Yeah. So he he did it kind of in the middle of the ring, but then rolled him like, I think it was funny because it seemed like he rolled him like twice to get him over there. Yeah. It was like a long distance. But I will say, Damian used his brain and looked at the replay as it was playing. Not many wrestlers do that. He looked at the replay and then turned to Finn and was like, you son of a bitch. And then that's when Gunther fucking got the W.
Gunther, should note that Gunther put him in one sleeper hold and we thought he was gone, and then he was powering out of it, got out of it, you know, tried his shit again, but ultimately, you know, his distraction by Finn, he just wanted to choke out Finn, and then that's what cost him the match. And he didn't tap, he passed out, so we gotta give that to him as well.
Yep, I thought it was good. It made Damian look strong, and I imagine since him and Rhea both got fucked over, I'm hoping we get some kind of tag team or some kind of thing with Damian and Rhea. You know, they're still together, or maybe like a Judgment Day Civil War, perhaps, or something like that. I imagine we're gonna see a mixed tag with like Dom and Liv versus Rhea and Damian or something.
Yeah, that would be cool.
Yeah, so
I love that.
You know, a really good match. We have Gunther as our world champion. I saw a stat today on Twitter. Gunther has been champion for 76% of his WWE career. Did you see that?
No, but that's really impressive.
It's insane because he was NXT UK for like 800 plus days, Intercontinental for 666, and now he's the world heavyweight, and it has been for 76% of his career.
That's some Hall of Fame shit right there.
Yeah, he's gonna hold this title for a while.
Yeah, do you think it's gonna be longer than the almost 2 year Intercontinental?
Probably not. I would think someone else would have. I don't know who right now, but I would say he's probably gonna not hold on to it for that, like not like 600 days again, but you know, it's gonna be lengthy. I would say at least a year.
Seth Rollins length.
Yeah,
that would be cool. He's bringing prestige to it.
Yeah.
Down with the street trash.
Yeah. Living on the street is a choice.
It's true. It's true because Gunther said so.
Yeah. Yeah, really good. Again, did end with a distraction, but at least we got like a pin out of it, you know, or a submission rather.
I just feel as if, again, Gunther, I think I tweeted this out too. I was like, Gunther fucking rules. But Damian winning over him would have like people definitely would have had a problem with it, but it would have like solidified like WWE putting even more trust in him than they already had, and like it would have really this win. But you know, I think they did everything they could to protect him in this win. So hopefully this is one of those situations where Damian Priest just never gets like a world title or a world title shot like ever again.
Yeah, I'm sure he will.
Yeah. So, yeah, we're in a new era of the world heavyweight title for sure. It's gonna be good though.
Yeah. Let's hop over to the other side of the Judgment Day coin with Rhea and Liv. You know, they were going hard there for a little bit, and I really like the entrances that they had. Dom came out with Rhea like together, and it was like, yeah, they're definitely breaking up like today. You know,
you knew
we had a really long shot from backstage going out there, and they put on a banger match. They had a little bit of a story here where Rhea like injured her shoulder. She fucking popped it back into place by running into the apron or running into the table or something. And
Dom. I think Liv was diving to the outside towards Dom. Yeah, and Dom like pushed Rhea in the way.
Oh, you're right. Like yeah.
It was like meant to like hurt Rhea, but it helped her, and then it just cuts to Liv Morgan, and you just see her mouth. Fuck.
Yeah. So she like reset it, and
and the scary part was it looked dislocated. Her shoulder looked fucked.
It really did.
I think that's just because she's built insanely. So like, I don't know. It could have been the angle, but it looked like her shoulder was out of place.
Maybe after her actual injury, she's like, "Oh, I can dislocate my shoulder now," and then they like played into it or something. Like, you know how people do that sometimes.
Yeah, people can do that weird shit with it.
Yeah, maybe it was something like that. But and then how did this end?
Well, I'll tell you, I don't remember exactly how it happened.
Okay,
I don't remember the events.
We had basically the same thing that he did to Becky.
Oh, I remember.
Yeah.
Dom threw a chair in, and then it looked like it looked like it's how it's been the last few matches where he's done that. It's like it could be anybody's.
Before this though, Rhea took the chair. So she grabbed the chair first and was going to hit Liv with it. And Dom goes, no, you're going to get disqualified. Don't. And he like grabbed it from her as she was about to swing it. So he grabbed it from her and then he went to the other side of the ring and then threw it in. So that was like a big thing there.
A little swerve. And then he threw the chair in, went to distract the ref. Liv hit Oblivion on the chair. 1, 2, 3. Dom's got a big smile on his face.
Yep.
He's grinning, and they were like, oh, man. And then once Liv realized that it was intentional, the two just fucking... We were like, oh, they're going to make out, and it's going to be fucking gross. And it sure was. It was everything. Dom officially turns on Rhea. Rhea looked so upset.
Yeah.
This was really good and a really good turning point, and we knew it would happen.
Yeah, this was the pay-per-view where the Judgment Day broke up. This was the Judgment Day pay-per-view.
And you know what? It was a good run.
Yeah.
It was almost 3 years.
Yeah.
Thank you, Edge.
Thank you, Edge.
Thank you, Edge. Bring Edge back. Bring Edge back to try to unite the Judgment Day.
Yeah, in the WWE AEW Worlds Collide.
The WWE Galaxy.
WWE Universe.
We can probably like debut that Rhea and Dom song now, huh? Rhea Ripley, Dominic Mysterio, a match made in heaven, just like a Warrior 7.
But now they broke up, so I guess they're not a match made in heaven.
Oh man, well,
you know who else wasn't a match made in heaven?
Oh, let me think. Sami Zayn and Bron Breakker.
I was gonna say Sami Zayn and the Intercontinental title.
The Intercontinental.
The Intercontinental. Not a match made in heaven. To be honest, we got our wish. This was a very quick match. Braun fucking.
It was like 5 minutes.
Yeah, I'm okay with it.
And allegedly too, it was supposed to be 10 minutes, and it got cut in half.
Really?
Yeah.
Which match went long?
Huh?
What went long? Was it the Rhea bit?
I don't know what went wrong. I can't cite who it was from, but I remember it being a reputable source. But it was like a little over 5 minutes.
Yeah. Again, I would have rather seen Braun win at Money in the Bank.
Yeah, and I think that's my only issue with this match is it's just like those two matches went so differently. Like the other one was like a 15-minute match.
Yeah.
Where Sami Zayn seemed quite literally invincible and had an answer for everything.
Yeah, he had plot armor.
Yeah, and so it's just like, what were the circumstances of this that made it different, you know?
Yeah, and Braun didn't really do anything differently. He did his normal thing.
He did the same shit. So I think it's really just like an oversight on they should have had him win the championship sooner.
Yeah.
But he looks damn good with it, I'll tell you that much.
Yeah, I agree. If he won sooner too, like we could have had, I don't know who he would have fit.
We could have had Bronson Reed.
Big Bronson Reed. Yeah, I mean, I'm happy with the finish. It's just, should have happened a little bit sooner.
I agree.
But, it is what it is. Hopefully they give Braun a really good run here. I'm excited to see what we get from it. Just like I'm excited to see LA Knight with the United States title.
It's true.
Yes.
Also, if my noise sounds different, it's because I'm sitting outside. My car is abysmally hot, and I'm parked. So
oh, no.
I'm sitting outside.
People are going to look at you.
I don't care. I'll walk around. Dude, we haven't walked around for an episode in a long time.
Yeah, do a walk.
Yeah, I'll do a walk. Get my steps in. It's like hot out, but it's not really because my car is like 100 degrees.
Yes, bestie.
LA Knight is going to be a really exciting match. Or it's gonna be a really exciting reign. The match already happened.
It was a really exciting match. Yeah, this was fire. Bro, people were booing Logan to all hell, rightfully so.
Yep.
Fucking,
Yep.
He came out, put on a
In
good
his
match,
hometown, nonetheless.
In his hometown. For some reason, let's talk about who came out with Logan Paul.
Oh, Machine Gun Kelly, because he's also from Ohio.
Yeah, a little goofy there.
And you know what? Good to have him come out with the heel. I hate that guy. I don't hate him. I listen to MGK.
So do you hate him or you don't hate him?
I don't know. Let me answer your question with a question. Is MrGaleer a Maverick?
No.
So no, I don't hate him.
MrGaleer is not a Maverick.
But yeah, this was very strange. But you know, whatever. It's SummerSlam.
He went over.
Weirder things have happened.
Yeah, he came out with MGK. MGK went over to who we dubbed as the Gooners. The
Prime
Goon
Gooners
Squad.
Yeah.
So they were sitting in the crowd there. We had a little interference from them, but overall the match was absolutely fire. Logan did actually a crazy springboard backflip thing where he was going to what seemed to be a phenomenal forearm, but then he twisted midair and springboard backwards off the top rope.
Yeah, dude, it was very impressive.
Yeah.
And, you know, again, as little as we saw him defend that championship, you cannot deny this guy is talented and he's a freak of nature.
Right.
It's wildly unfortunate that it has to be him, but you know what? I don't know. Michael Cole was calling it one of the most impressive U.S. title reigns of all time. I would severely disagree.
Yeah.
Just because
he wasn't really defend it much.
He wasn't around for it. Yeah. So, call it what you will, but
yeah.
It had almost been a year, right?
Yeah.
So, but no, this was great,
days.
And and LA Knight too came out with the big guns.
Yeah. Logan hit LA Knight with brass knuckles. LA Knight kind of took it, kicked out at 2. He went to go do a buckshot lariat, and then LA Knight countered it, hit him with the BFT, and that's how he won. And dude, the crowd erupted. It was fire.
Yep. And it was all. It was everything we wanted. It was everything. But LA Knight, U.S. champion now. We've been waiting for it.
Yeah.
And yeah, dude, let's fucking go. That's all I gotta say for it.
I'm excited to see what we get from it. He's gonna actually defend it. It's gonna be back on SmackDown. It's gonna be good to see.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nia Jax and Bayley, again, we kind of already talked about this, but it was underwhelming, I would say. Very predictable, but not to say it wasn't a good match. It was definitely a good match, but it was just
what I would say about it?
Go ahead.
For a show on the from a scale of a very predictable show, I thought this was one of the better matches of the night. And I say that because, I don't know, Bayley looked impressive.
She did.
Nia Jax looked impressive. They both looked impressive. We knew the result. We knew the result we knew it long ago. But, Bayley looked impressive. She didn't give an inch. She fucking powerbombed Nia Jax,
oh my
which I thought was crazy.
It was insane.
Can we we're going to have to fact check how many people have powerbombed Nia Jax, because Bayley might be the first.
Very little. I think Jade did. Jade Cargill did. But the fact, at the Royal Rumble, remember she, single-handedly fucking eliminated Nia?
Right.
But
and then
Bayley doing it is,
that's
unexpected
huge.
And absolutely massive. That was crazy.
Yeah. And not only that, Nia Jax just looked fucking dominant. The way she won it, and, she did multiple annihilators for extra measure. Obviously, she didn't need to, but she just because she could.
Yeah.
I think I just like I'm very rarely impressed by Nia Jax. So like I don't know. This just hit me different.
You can
know?
tell. Triple H said it in the post show, but like this is a different Nia Jax. Like she has genuinely improved. She's showing that she can be there.
100%.
And it was impressive.
And again, I don't think Bayley's going anywhere either after this. Like, maybe she'll take a little time off, maybe she won't. But like, I don't think we'll lose her in any other storylines. And and also we can't forget too about Tiffy time because she did come out. She like teased the cash in, but then really just used it as a distraction. She had to tease the cash in.
Yeah. And it was funny because we had a thing earlier on in the show where, or no, actually on SmackDown. It was on SmackDown the night before. Nia gave her the new briefcase, the pink pretty one, and she's like, "But remember, if you come out and cash in, I'm gonna fucking kill you," pretty much. And Tiffy's like, "Yeah. I would never." So she came out, and Nia was like, "What the fuck are you doing?" And she's like, "No, I'm just distracting." And then it worked, and then they both had their little celebration in the ring. She held up her Money in the Bank. She held up her title. It was good stuff.
Yeah, very good match. Again, like in the grand scheme, like you can say what you want about it, but in the grand scheme of a predictable card, this match was good. It like it's on the same level as the LA Knight match.
Yeah, I would say so.
That's my thoughts on it, but I know a lot of mixed reviews about the pay-per-view too. So but what did we have next?
Next, we had the feud of the century over a bracelet, brother.
Man.
The match was good. The wrestling was good. It was enjoyable. Seeing Seth do his ref things, there's a lot of times where he was just like, CM Punk was banging Drew's head against the stairs, and Seth just like turned away and was like, "Yeah, go ahead, whatever." Funny special guest ref stuff here. Presented by C4, might I add.
Also we gotta talk about the referee cam, which was debuted.
Oh my god, abysmal! Why did they do this?
So they debuted a referee cam, which just looked like it's just a little camera on over their ear, and they did it in the first match, and then they did it in the Drew match, and then I think that was it.
Yeah.
And they just kept cutting to it at like the most unnecessary. It does not work.
And this looks so bad.
It's just a first-person camera. Like, what are we getting out of this?
Yeah, and it was so like overexposed, and it just looked like shit.
I mean, I don't think the intention was for it to look good, but it didn't really serve any functional purpose besides a new camera angle for them to show replays in. Like, that's really it.
Cool for them to try new things, but let's leave this one out of it. I don't think we need it.
We're just we're trying. I like that we're trying to be like other sports, but we really don't have to be like other sports, guys. It's okay.
Yeah. I agree.
But yeah, the match wasn't bad. I definitely think I wish I could have seen more from Punk, if I'm being honest.
We had a lot of I can agree with that. We had a lot of like Punk and Seth going back and forth. That's what they kind of tried to make the story was like CM Punk was getting distracted by Seth, so essentially he's a hypocrite.
Right.
It was good, but it wasn't what I would like to see, but
I think I just like I would have liked to see more from Punk, and I also think the whole bracelet thing is silly, if I'm being honest.
Yeah.
Well, I guess I haven't, like, I've been pretty upfront about that. I get it to a degree. It's a huge story point, and like, but the fact that this tiny little bracelet is like the reason he kept getting distracted in the match, like, I remember Seth took it from him.
Yeah.
He was trying to get it from Seth, and then he got like knocked out by Drew, and so Seth just put it around his own arm, which I thought was like weird.
Well, Drew, it was more so like Drew got hurt, and then Seth grabbed it to like take it away so that it would be like more even. I get like they would face each other and
not worry about it.
Yeah,
but then,
not worry about it.
But then
so
Punk
it's
like started worrying about it more.
Yeah, and then he looked at Seth and it was like, "You motherfucker, that's mine. That's my. Give it to me." And it was like,
again, I don't know, like, just Punk is a character. Him getting like Larry is very important to CM Punk. He always has been. He always talked about Larry in his promos in AEW.
Yeah.
You know, Larry's a canon character.
Yeah.
But for someone like CM Punk, as we've known him for the last, like, 2 decades, to get all bent out of shape over a bracelet, it's just so... It's so goofy, and it's very just not CM Punk, and it really makes me wonder, like, I know he's just there to, like, do what he's told and, like, get his check at the end of the day, but there's no shot he's down with this. I just don't buy it.
Yeah, it's very wacky.
Like, I mean, he's probably at the point in his career where he honestly doesn't really care and is just there to, like, you know, make memories and, like, do it for the fans. But, like, I just, personally, I don't buy it. And,
right.
Again, I feel like this match was the Drew show more than anything.
Yeah.
Like, which is good. I wanted Drew to go over. I just wish I saw more from Punk, and I really don't think you need the bracelet in that story. I did see a funny tweet, though, from the fan that gave him the bracelet and was like, "Hey, do I get any like royalties for this?"
Yeah.
That was pretty cool. And
I'm hoping we see Punk, you know, more than just at pay-per-views now that he is like cleared. I hope we actually see
I'd love to see him
Raw
wrestle
and
like
stuff.
On Raw and actually like do matches, and because I think too that would be obviously it's a big draw for pay-per-views, but it's also a big draw for just like your weekly shows to like have him on.
Yeah,
like,
whether you like him or not, he's a draw. Like,
again, he wasn't the total draw in AEW, but like think about the numbers they were doing with him on TV.
Yeah.
Like, and like he is on TV, you know, but like imagine him wrestling on TV too.
Yeah.
So, you know, shout out Punk. I really thought he was gonna get injured. I just kept calling spots, and I was like, "Oh, that's his tricep."
Yeah.
Tore his tricep.
Every time he did a move, I was like, "Oh."
Yep.
It was like,
I think Drew did Drew do the future shock, or did he tease it? I can't remember.
He did it.
Okay, yeah. So
and Michael Cole was like, "That's the move that took out CM Punk."
Yeah, like I said, I don't want this to like underscore how great it is that Punk is here.
Yeah.
This was a match I was very excited for. I was just like, unfortunately, very underwhelmed by it.
Yeah.
So I know like this is not the end. Drew kept saying like, yeah, that's over. Like I embarrassed him. It's like, we are not ending it here. And like someone at a press conference not too long ago was like, do you guys see yourself doing your Hell in a Cell match? And he's just kind of like, I don't want to do gimmick matches.
Yeah.
But this feels like it's not done, and it's going to build towards a gimmick match.
Yeah,
of some sort.
Probably I wonder if they'll draw it out to Bad Blood, honestly. 2 months
Bad
from
Blood
now.
would be a good pay-per-view for it. I'm trying to think of what else is coming up.
The next one's Bash in Berlin, and then
Bad Blood.
Bash in Berlin, Bad Blood, and then Crown Jewel. So.
And then probably Survivor Series at that point.
Yep.
I don't know. I guess, we'll see. But I know this ain't over.
Yeah. So yeah, I hope we see more CM Punk real soon. Let's talk about our last match. Cody and Solo. I really liked the entrance here. So you were kind of saying, oh, why is he bringing out Pharaoh? Did you see what he said afterwards in the post show?
I did, yeah. I didn't realize Pharaoh's an old ass dog.
Yeah, Pharaoh is apparently fucking 13.
Hey, he looks good, you know.
Yeah.
Pharaoh's in his prime.
Yeah, he is. So Cody came out with Pharaoh from his van. So he was in, or his bus rather. He's in his bus, comes off. They hand him Pharaoh. He gets to do a nice little walk with him. And then he hands him to Arn Anderson. And Arn Anderson's like, hey, man, if you need help, I got some friends.
I really thought he was going to reference the Glock, dude.
Yeah. Yeah, it was really good. Cody Rhodes on the post show was like, yeah, Pharaoh's old. This was his last tour, so I wanted to bring him out. It's going to be his last show ever. And he's like, my other dog's a jobber, so he's got to step it up now. I was
he
like,
buried
oh
his
my
other
God.
dog, dude. It was funny.
That shit was great.
Yeah, so, you know, Pharaoh had a good run. I was afraid for a couple of reasons. I was afraid that they were going to bring him out like they did in AEW, and he was like freaking out. They had him bring out Pharaoh while Downstate was playing live.
My God.
It was abysmal. And then I was also nervous because this whole entrance made it feel like Cody was going to lose the title.
Yeah, it was like really drawn out, and it felt like
very emotional.
Yeah, it felt like an emotional entrance. So it was like, oh, I'm a little nervous here.
Yeah.
But that's not what we got. We got a kind of a mid-match, I think. Overall.
I think, like...
Or at least slow.
So, here's where I'm seeing it from. We went into this having it be a Bloodline Rules match.
Yeah.
Which basically meant nothing was going to happen in this match until the Bloodline started getting involved.
Yeah.
Because more or less, that's kind of how it was at Mania.
And it's interesting because it followed the same pacing, but obviously it wasn't as huge, you know?
Yeah, it wasn't as huge. And, like, I don't want to discredit Solo in any way because he's, like, he is at, like, a main event level and he's a great performer. He's not necessarily that guy just yet in my eyes. And, but I don't know, like, again, same pacing as the Mania match, and nothing really started picking up until the Tongans came out and started wailing on Cody. And, you know, they came out, and then Kevin Owens came out along with Randy Orton, and that was interesting too because it kind of seemed like Cody had nobody going into this match.
Yeah.
But also, Randy Orton took his fucking sweet time running down the aisle, high-fiving fans. He's like on a brisk jog. And then look, it's a long entranceway. I get that. But like, he was going so slow and he was high-fiving people.
He's going to win
while his friends are getting beat up.
Yeah. It was very Jeff Hardy AEW-esque, like doing the thing.
Right. So... You know, that was funny, but it was kind of, you know, it was a little silly. It felt more just like, look who's here.
Yeah.
You know, Jacob Fatu comes out and does his thing with Cody, lays him out on the table, splashes on him, maybe gets injured. There's still kind of like a blurred line on whether or not it was a shoot injury.
Yeah, it was reported on Twitter today that apparently it was a shoot injury and he sold it, but I don't know, man.
Yeah, like he was selling the injury really good, but it seemed like he had more to do.
Yeah.
And he was kind of just like telling Solo to just like like he was kind of just telling him what to do.
Yeah.
You know, finish the job, etc. And then they get in there. Cody hits the Cody cutter. They're both down.
Yep.
A single fan in the crowd pointed at the entranceway.
The timing! The timing
so
of this
funny.
fan was impeccable, dude. It was
Shout out that guy.
dude, he was literally standing there and he just points and fucking you hear dun 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 dun. It was like he goes, "Wow!"
Yeah.
He like freaked out.
Yeah.
So good.
So, as we predicted, Roman's back. Massive
Such a
pop for
fucking
Roman,
crazy
which
pop.
something we never would have predicted in
I know.
a million years. Go back to Royal Rumble 2015.
It's so interesting because I never watched The Shield. I never watched any of that stuff.
Well, they didn't want him. They didn't want Roman.
They didn't want him. I heard that, during my time off from wrestling, I heard that, they're pushing Roman and people hate him and no one wants him and all this stuff. And I saw videos, like I saw the clips of him getting booed and all that stuff. Watched the documentary about him, and it looked like it was rough. But I literally started watching when Roman came back the first time, so I've only really ever known the tribal chief version of him.
Which honestly, you're better off because this guy was in the trenches for years, and he also was nowhere near the level that he's at now. Promo wise and as a wrestler, he's just so much better now. He's finally leaning into a character that seems comfortable for him.
Yeah.
So he this is well deserved for Roman Reigns. And it's really good to see this all of this paying off, and I'm glad he stuck around and didn't explore other options. He probably could have, but in the way kind of how Cody did, where he went and found himself and then came back to all this superstardom. But I think the right people were involved on screen and off screen to make this happen. And so he showed up, came in this was only for Solo. Superman punched him and then speared him. That ooh-ah was ethereal. It was it was everything. But he just came. I remember when he came back. Sorry, there's dirt bikes going by. I remember when he came back in 2020, and the whole phrase they were trying to push was wreck everyone and leave. The mission here was wreck Solo and leave.
And it really was.
He had a shirt on that said OTC, standing obviously for over the counter. Roman Reigns over the counter is the new agenda. No, I'm just kidding. It's original tribal chief. But dude, this was hype. Again, on the scale of a predictable show.
And it was just aura, pure aura emanating from that man.
Again,
he came out, did his
Solo
thing.
Just can't. He's not at that level.
I'm
sorry.
So
he never will be.
We're gonna get Bloodline Civil War 2. It's gonna be fire. I was dying at this because the plot of Undisputed in WWE 2K24 is this. So you're in a match and Roman comes out, spears your opponent, makes you pin him, and you win. And the whole plot is he goes to Hollywood and then's oh, thanks for keeping my title warm for me. I'll be back. You have it for 3 years, and then you face him again when he comes back. And I'm
you know what? It's very funny. They probably were just maybe we should actually try this.
Let's do that. But he came back.
Although he wasn't gone for that long.
No, he wasn't. So this happened, and I feel like we're gonna get that thing where he's gonna be like, okay, I'm gonna deal with the bloodline, and then Cody, I'm coming for you.
Yeah, I don't think we're gonna see Cody versus Roman anytime soon.
No.
But I do think Roman's at a point where he can win that championship again. He probably won't hold it as long, but I'd say a year from now.
Do you think
that's probably what we're?
Do you think in my head, how I have it is The Rock's gonna come back, be the head of the new side.
The new bloodline?
The new bloodline. He's gonna be the head of the new bloodline, and then that's gonna be the build for Roman and Rocket Mania. Do you think Rock will beat Cody before then to have the championship? So then the championship goes into Mania and Roman wins it back at Mania 41.
That's not bad booking. Like I could see that.
I feel like that is like a logical progression there.
Yeah.
Because like
I'd really love to see Cody like hold it longer, but I guess that also
Cody holds
depends.
it till I don't know, maybe like Royal Rumble or something.
So you have that plot going on, ready? And here's the other plot. The World Heavyweight Championship plot.
Okay.
Build Ilya Dragunov as like the top babyface that he was in NXT. Have him win the Rumble. Go on to face Gunther at Mania. Bam. Book it.
Oh my god. Then you have Gunther and
Ilya 3.
on night 1, and then night 2 is fucking Roman and Rock for the WWE.
I think it could happen. Damn.
Oh,
and then
book
they
it.
can have the Roman Rock payoff that they wanted this year.
Yeah, I'm calling Trips.
Okay, call
Hello,
him up.
Trips.
Give him a call. We'll go simulate it. When you visit, we'll simulate our dream WrestleMania
That's a good
for
idea.
next year. Yeah, see, I'm
Book it.
I should get yeah, book it.
So, yeah, SummerSlam, mixed reviews from people.
What would you give it?
I would give it, honestly...
Star rating. How many Meltzer stars?
I would give it a... I'm going to give it a 3.92 out of 5.
That's very specific. I'd probably give it a 3.45.
Okay, fair enough.
Do you think that's fair?
Yeah, that's fair.
Nah, 3.67.
Okay, I like that one better.
The 7, I just want everyone to know, the second decimal number is completely arbitrary.
No.
There is no rhyme or reason to it.
Yes, there is. It's our gut feeling, you know. Go
Oh,
with your
that's not
gut.
arbitrary?
No.
You're so pressed about this. Well, folks, SummerSlam was a hoot. You know, we had a great time. Mufussy came and visited me.
It's true.
We still got one more show before you come on down. We're going to do an in-person episode this weekend.
Yeah, baby.
It's going to be fun. We're going to content farm. And we're going to go see Bill Murray.
Yes.
Not the comedian, the band.
Yes.
I want you to know, I'm just going to plant this little seed here. I have a gift for you when you come.
What?
I don't know. You're going to have to find out.
Tell me. Oh, I just want to say real quick, before we wrap it up, did you see that Roman made WWE $800,000 in 2 hours?
Oh, from his new shirt?
No, from the new title. They released
Oh, yeah, that's right. They had a
limited-
replica title.
Yeah, a replica limited Roman title, like personalized Roman title, and it sold out in 2 hours, probably less, and fucking
That's wild. Where are all these people getting all this money?
I don't know, man, but it's insane. That's why he's where he is.
Yup. Needle mover, etc.
Yeah, all that jazz. But you know who else needs to move the needle?
Us.
The Dropkickers.
Guys, get those likes up. Come on.
Yes. Wait, no, don't beg like that. Hold on. No.
Oh, wait.
Keep on liking,
Sorry.
keep on subbing, hit that notification bell. Give us money. That's when you beg. You give at that moment.
Oh, so I get it. You get to decide when we get to beg people for money.
Yeah. We're the needle movers.
Got it.
Oh,
Well,
man.
my car AC has stopped working once again. So, guys, you know what to do.
Yeah, donate to the Ko-Fi down below if you so choose. If not, that's totally fine. Keep
It's
on
not
liking.
actually for my car. Don't
All that
get
stuff.
it twisted.
It could be in the future one day. Who knows?
Yeah, maybe one day, but let's not push that agenda.
Thank you guys for the support. Thank you for continuing to watch and join us later this week for more banger content.
It's true. We're gonna be covering a pretty gnarly episode of Collision, and by gnarly I mean it fucking ruled.
Hell yeah, brother. Rampage
right.
sucked ass.
Jesus, that was so violent.
Ugh.
Oh man, we did get MXM collection though, which I'm very happy about.
Yeah. We'll talk about it tomorrow or Wednesday, whatever. Thank you for joining us and goodbye, everybody. Beep beep.
Damn.
Dropkick the Commute, shining bright in the night. Join the conversation.